comments because I saw a lot of you guys in here and I didn't want to. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. So I thought I would go through it. End of the half. So we did talk about this in terrible game management. I'm definitely going to listen to his post game interview. I hope that some of the reporters, I know that they tend to kind of go easy on him and it was a win, but I hope that people question what the heck he was doing. To me, the decision making the decision to run some of the time off would make sense if you were going to try to score right away and not give Green Bay back the ball. But to run all of the time off didn't make any sense at all. I wonder if anyone in the comments, do you guys think that if it was in the first quarter, Green Bay, the announcers on TV, they were like, oh, it looks like Jordan Love got the first down and the Packers challenged it. And they ended up staying with the ruling on the field that they didn't get the first down. I kind of thought that they got it when they replayed it on the TV. 49ers might have got away with that. Someone said Grant might question him with that. I hope so. I know people can give him a hard time, but I think Kyle deserves to feel criticism about that. I think when people win, it's hard to then try to bring up the negative things. But when you're considering, maybe not against the Lions, if the Lions win, a game like this could be confident. But I think when you're considering the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens, the 49ers are going to have to play a lot better than this. The 49ers defense did not show up today, which think about them coming off that bye week in the regular season. They were ferocious. They were hitting. They got sacks because Chase Young was added around that time. Nick Bosa, what the heck? You pay a guy $125 million and then he doesn't show up? Come on, man. I don't know. To me, that's unacceptable. But people are really talking about the stressful game, the drama. It was a really good game. Some people don't understand the script. I had a really fun time because I was watching it with a friend, so I was glad that it was such a dramatic game because I feel like it pulled her into it, and she got to see my ups and downs with each drive. I explained this earlier, but for people who weren't in the chat, I tried to remain calm in the beginning half because even the 49ers looked horrible. Green Bay immediately scores. Luckily, only scores a field goal, and the defense deserves a ton of credit for that. The reason that Green Bay beat Dallas is because they were scoring in the red zone. The 49ers did not let the Packers score in the red zone. When they scored, it was because Jordan Love threw down the field, which is why I thought he looked really good, even though he was the guy who turned the ball over the most. Also, I liked that play call from Green Bay's perspective, not from the 49ers perspective, but to throw down the field and potentially get the penalty for them to get another first down. I thought Matt LaFleur for the majority of the game was calling the game really well and ballsy, and then he puckered up. Why did he do that? Something about the Shanahan regime, man. They can be winning and doing well, and then at the very end they get scared and start coaching not to lose. Very weird. Doesn't matter if Brock Purdy struggled. In the end, he came up and won it with amazing fashion. This is how, and I'm not gonna say he's a legend yet, but this is how legends are made. Is you comes through in the big moments. You can as an analyst or a content creator or a fan, you can't constantly criticize the 49ers for never winning gritty games, never coming back because they're always winning, right? So people always say, oh, well, we don't know if they can come from behind. We don't know if they can win in gritty games. We really need to see this. But then when they finally see it and they're in these games, then it's all hellfire that they got in that situation. Well, why weren't you just dominating the whole game? You should have just been up by 10, 20 the whole game. Why weren't you doing that? And it is kind of hypocritical, right? To be like, oh, I really hope that we see them pull out this type of win. But then when they get themselves in that situation, it's like you focus on the negative more. And by you, I mean me. I was focusing on the negative. So I agree. I think Brock Purdy deserves some praise, but also deserves some criticism. What's up with him in the rain? He can't throw the ball in the rain. He had the glove on. He took the glove off. He was doing all sorts of things with the gloves. I don't know what that is. He has bigger hands than, not to bring up Trey Lance, but he has bigger hands than Trey Lance. I know he was drafted, almost undrafted, last pick in the draft, but it wasn't because of his hands. His hands, he has good hand size. So I don't understand. Why can't he hold on to the football? What's that about? Anyone who can let me know the holding onto the football mechanics. I don't really understand. The 49ers only had the ball 3 times in the first half. That's what I was saying. And that's why I think Matt LaFleur deserves, I think they're going to criticize their kicker for missing a kick and Jordan Love for turning the ball over. But I think Matt LaFleur really screwed the Packers over a little bit because he was calling an excellent game plan. They held possession of the ball. They were running the ball really effectively too, which was super. I mean, I'm as a 49er fan, love that Matt LaFleur shit the bed. But if I was if I was a part of the Go Pack Go nation, I would definitely be frustrated that he went away from the run and let the 49ers end up. I think if someone has the numbers, I'll definitely have them by my stream tomorrow. But I think by the end of the game, the 49ers actually had a couple, they were either even or had a couple more minutes of game possession. And in the first half, the Packers had it was something like 7 minutes to 20 or something. It was very for the first half of the game, the Packers held the ball way longer, and then in the second and fourth quarter specifically, I think that really screwed them over too, because you have to remember the Packers, their defender, they played against Dallas all 4 quarters because they were taken out and then put back in. So I think their defense just got tired. Because if you compare how they were playing in the first half of the game to the second half, I think they just got tired. I love this. Dre Greenlaw gave him a game ball. He says Dre Greenlaw is an all-pro in my book. This is my dad, and he says that Dre Greenlaw and Christian McCaffrey deserve game balls right for Kittle. I thought Kittle brought a lot of momentum, especially in that first quarter when it felt like nothing was happening. Christian McCaffrey, obviously the only player to score touchdowns, so he definitely gets it. Someone said great script, good game. I don't know if they're meaning like script as in, script like drama-y, like storyline for the NFL, or if he means like Kyle Shanahan's play script. I thought Kyle Shanahan had a really bad play script, so hopefully that's not what he's talking about. But drama plus, I think he means storyline. And if you're talking about storyline, I completely agree. I don't even know if the Super Bowl will live up to this. Like I let me know what type of fan you guys are in the comments. I know I was talking to Rob Stats Guerrera. He does it's not Niners Nation anymore. He used to do it for Niners Nation, but he's very big within the community. And he is the type of fan that always says like he really prefers, like he'd rather them, like his team blow out the other team because he doesn't want to be stressed. He just wants to know that they're going to win. I'm a little bit sick. I like it when you're like, oh, they're not going to win. They're going to win. They're like, your stomach is almost hurting because you're so like, yes, no, yeah. I don't know. I like that. It makes it fun. But I like it only if they win. Like I was at the very end, I was with my friend and I was like so mad when because it looked like if they didn't get a turnover there, didn't look like they did. Because at first I was like, okay, if they get a field, like I was so mad because I was like, they're gonna get into field goal range. If their kicker, then we have to, okay, does their kicker miss? If they don't miss, then they're gonna go to halftime or overtime. This game was such an overtime freaking game. Like that would have totally played into how crazy this game was. So I was like going for that. And it didn't even occur to me. Like I was explaining to my friend what was happening. And I was like, okay, because I'm so cocky. When the 49ers scored at the end, not got the interception, but before Green Bay got the ball back, I was like, they won. And then I was like, oh, they have a minute left. Shit. And my friend was like, they won? And I was like, well, there's only a minute left. And then I was like, that's definitely more than enough time, actually. And when Jordan Love was bam, first down, bam, first down, I think he got three completions, right? So I was nervous because I was like, oh my God, they're going to get in field goal range. And then in my brain, I was like, okay, all you have to do is make sure that they don't get in a field goal range. And if they do, they were just talking on the TV about how their kicker is like historically bad. And then it occurred to me that they could score a touchdown. Like I hadn't even considered that, which to be fair, the 49ers defense was excellent in the red zone. But when I realized that, I was like, oh my God, the 49ers could lose. I was so glad. I'm so happy that they won. I didn't want football. I was not mentally prepared going into this game for football to be over. So I'm so glad that it's not. But yeah, then my friend and I were watching and when when Drake Lap got the pick, I was like, and then I was like, they won. And then my friend at this point didn't trust me because I just told her that they won. And then she saw the other team going down the field. And then I was like, no, they actually won now because there's only 30 seconds left and they could just kneel the ball. But yeah, that was definitely such a, I feel like high or something. It was such a good game. I love games like that. I'm gonna go through the comments and see. Love effed up his chance. I think he'll get more chances. I mean, that's such a young team. I definitely think they're gonna come back even better. They also they lost one of their starting offensive linemen, and the defense still didn't get that much pressure. Weird. But I think that they're probably going to be within the playoff mix for the next couple of years. I mean, speaking of, that's another thing, because I was, once again, I'm explaining things to my friends who don't really know anything about football. The Packers, the luck that they have to go from Favre to Aaron Rodgers, and then Love looks like he's going to be really good. I know. I mean, you have to. Same thing with Purdy, right? People always preach like he has to do it for longer. Love, literally this season, they were like talking about how he wasn't a good player up until like 10 games ago. So he definitely has to do it for longer. But doesn't it seem like the Packers just have excellent, whatever they do with quarterbacks is genius. They have great luck. Being able to get that many stars, like that's just not how I was explaining to my friend. I was like, it's so rare because all of the, like, if you have 10 quarterbacks that are, all picked, only one of them is going to be good and one of them will be like a backup and the rest of them will be like out of the league most of the time. Like, it's so rare for quarterbacks to be good. The fact that one organization has been able to have back to back to back excellent quarterbacks, crazy. So I don't know. I wouldn't be down on them. Logan Brown says, OMG, epic win. Epic is a great word. I was trying to explain when I was writing the description for this. I was like, how do I explain what? Because gritty, it was a gritty game, but it was thrilling. Like, it was like thrilling. It was like going on a roller coaster. It was so good. Packers 49ers is going to be a playoff rivalry for the next few years. I think so. Freaking Aaron Rodgers got to be sick seeing the 49ers, seeing the Packers do so well. I'm happy for Matt LaFleur. I want him to kind of have success without Aaron Rodgers, because I feel like Aaron Rodgers tried to make that his team, but I don't know. Then in the crucial moments, I was just criticizing Matt LaFleur, so who knows? Like, I wouldn't be too mad if it was what is this? Hold on, my dad. I have a problem if he uses the glove or not, but blank that blank. He was still trying to figure it out up until the fourth quarter. BS, move the hell on. Either have it or leave it. Oh, leave it with the glove? I thought he was meaning like have it, or like Brock Purdy's definitely going to be their starting quarterback next year. So I don't think he's saying have it or don't have it with Brock Purdy. I think it makes sense that he was maybe fiddling with the glove. Now, what I don't understand is Kyle Shanahan has been asked about this before. I DM'd one of the beat reporters like 2 years ago, going into the Colts game, when it was going to be snowstorming, because Carson Wentz talked about how he practiced all week with a glove and with wet footballs, or maybe not with a glove, but with wet footballs. And I was like, oh, like, do the 49ers do this? And Kyle Shanahan has been asked about it for multiple years in a row now. Kyle Shanahan always struggles in rain games, and multiple years in a row he's been asked, hey, have you guys considered practicing with wet footballs? And he says he thinks that it gets in the quarterback's head and it like psychs them out, and he doesn't want to practice with wet footballs for some reason, which to me is dumb. Prepare them. The reason that Brock Purdy is fiddling with his glove is because he doesn't have enough experience throwing the football with a glove on. Obviously, that's also up to Brock Purdy. Make sure to get in extra work after. I think that is fair to say.